Okay, and we are here for episode 6, the closing episode of season 8. So we appreciate everyone coming out, but before we get into it, let us do a quick little readout for our season sponsor, the Gabriel Group, which is the premier hospitality equipment source for the Midwest. Gabriel Group offers more than just tabletop solutions. They provide a network of showrooms and test kitchens in Detroit, Grand Rapids, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis, where you can get inspired by the latest styles from top brands like Steelite, Turbo Chef, and South Bend. Their state-of-the-art test kitchens are game changers. Chefs can demo recipes and test the latest high-tech equipment. It's an amazing resource for restaurateurs, and the people there are great. Visit GabrielGRP.com. That's GabrielGRP.com to find a showroom or to book your kitchen time, and we will place the link in the show notes. So, with that said, let's get into it and introduce our first panelist. Jason Lyons is here from Ohio. Yeah. Welcome in. Jason brings a West Coast perspective to our Great Lakes soil. Originally from Washington State, he cut his teeth in some of the most competitive cellars in the country, working everywhere from high-volume custom crush facilities to the boutique winery that took home Washington State Winery of the Year in 2024. Congrats, man. He's now the assistant winemaker at Social Vines in Dexter, where he's applying that award-winning experience to the unique challenges of Michigan viticulture. He's a craftsman who has seen both sides of the production scale and knows exactly what it takes to make a bottle stand out on the national stage. Jason, your hot take is that you're snubbing the big dog, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit deeper than me snubbing the big dog, but where it came from was a wine dinner that I was at. And the wine dinner was in an Italian restaurant, and the theme was around the world, right? So the two whites that were featured were from Washington State, and then there was a Pinot Grigio from Italy, and all three reds were from Italy. And one of the wine dinner patrons that was there just said, "I'm so sick of California cabs. That's all I see and that's all I hear of. I'm so bored of them." And so I started asking him is the reason why, he thought that way. And it was an oversaturation in the market. So I think that was like, well, okay, so I understand that aspect of it. But his take on it was it's like you taste one California cab, you taste them all. It's basically the same.
And you feel that way still today?
Well, I don't know necessarily if I feel that way as much as I just opened it up for debate. It's just like, yeah, come on, let's gnash some teeth together and like try to figure out, is this the case or is it not the case?
Take.
So, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. There are definitely some good ones. We have some good ones here today too.
Yeah, no denying that there are fantastic cabs from California, on any aspect. But the reality is that when you have a winery that's across the street from one another and everybody's doing kind of the same wines, it kind of gets a little bit boring after exactly.
Actually, I think I have a sad trombone inside here.
Perfect.
There it is.
Perfect.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Good.
Audience can't hear it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, audience, but it's in the headphones. Matt, do you want to introduce our next panelist?
We have Megan, I'm going to mess it up. Hanowski? Hey, all right. She is the gatekeeper, portfolio manager, buyer.
No, I'm the Midwest sales manager for House Alpens. Yeah.
Cool. Of House Alpens. Yeah. A respected, if not unique, portfolio in the world of wine and spirits. As a regional salesman. Next sentence. For House Alpens, she manages a territory that includes Michigan, Ohio, and beyond, like you said, representing a collection that is famous for reviving lost ingredients and historic styles of aged oxidative wines. She also used to work for Little Guy and a couple Chicago restaurants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her hot take is that vermouth oxidative wines, they are wine. It's not like not wine. It's not a spirit. These are wines.
Yeah, I just I get a lot these days since I switched from the Little Guy side of things to the House Alpens side of things. I've gotten a lot of people asking me, well, don't you miss working in wine? And even sometimes I've been guilty of saying, oh gosh, I just miss, drinking beautiful wines with my friends like this gathering today. But the reality of it is vermouth or, Vino Amaro, things like that, they can express terroir just as effectively, if not more, than than your table wines. And I think a lot of people kind of reduce them to being like a concoction, like a formulated, kind of prescriptive recipe type thing. And it's not that way. I mean, the way that these things are made is similar to how winemakers make decisions based on vintage, based on, the quality of ingredients that they're getting in to make infusions and things of that nature. So I just, I like to emphasize that, like, to the wine nerds, like, it doesn't fall off at table wine, and there's nothing important to consider about oxidized styles, about fortified styles, about aromatized styles. So
100%, like we were talking about last panel, or I wasn't there. The
collective we, yes.
Yeah, the collective we, the show, how, beer or spirits, not really like a terribly natural process, or like there's not much winemaking or, human input, it seems. Well, there is. It's all human input. All right, never mind. But these styles are closer to wine, or they are wine.
They are wine.
Yeah, exactly.
Excellent. And we will now welcome in Mick DeCamp. He's a true heavyweight in the Michigan wine community and a returning favorite to the show. A resident of Mâcon, he has spent over 20 years navigating every corner of the industry, from the floor of Michelin-starred groups like Michael Mina to the wholesale trenches, and finally to his current role as the wine director for the Red Wagon Wine Shop in Rochester. He is a man of dual disciplines. He actually walked away from a career in microbial research to follow his palate, but he still keeps one foot in the sciences. He holds the advanced level diploma from the Court of Master Sommeliers and is a certified Cicerone beer server. Whether he's judging the Texom International Wine Awards or speaking on national panels, he is one of the most respected voices in the trade.
Oh,
Mick, welcome in, man.
Hey, guys.
Thanks for coming back.
This is awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. We've got your hot take here, man. You're biting the hand that feeds. Is that right? He is. Listen to it. The hot take is this. The hot take is that while the big suppliers helped grow the American wine market, those same corporate giants are now the ones driving its demise. That's what you said, Mick. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. This goes back to a text thread last night between Megan and I, and somehow she alluded to the fact that I was disruptive.
Yes, you're a disruptor. That's
might have
fair.
been my words, but
They were his words.
They were my words.
I just confirmed.
Right.
Yes, indeed,
Yes.
sir. You are disruptive.
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
So this is, I guess, this is at the core of it. But I mean what I say, and I'm not going to back away from it. It's just the reality of at a time when wine needed a central voice. There was a need for an advocate, and I think Big Supply did a good job for many years of consolidating, opening up doors, and now we're later stage, some might argue end stage capitalism, and that part is collapsing a little bit. And I always reference it this way, even if that's murky from the outsider view to understand. I always say this question to people, and I say, if you had to judge the state of the wine industry based upon a survey of restaurant wine lists, and I'm not saying, I'm saying a broad
This is
survey.
going to be good. Yeah, I understand where you're getting at. I think.
One might think there's 100 to 150 wines on the market.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's the indictment. Mm-hmm. Why? Well, hey, you're seeing the why right now happening in California with the head of Southern being put on trial for illegal enticement.
I knew this was coming. I just didn't know it was coming so quick.
Yeah, I didn't right away. So yeah, that's probably the number one mistake. Is that what you would say that the big suppliers are making? Has been that how do you call it? Let's call it the money imperative, being driven by these big brands that are driving their entire programs. And so you get that really narrow focus with only 150 wineries that you
I'd
see.
say it's worse
on
now
most wine lists
because the business is shrinking, right? We all deal with it, and I'm not saying it has to shrink forever, but right now it's contracting. And I feel for many of these, many of the people internally, they're feeling the pressure and they're pushing back significantly. So we're going to get an artificial pushback and even more of these hyper commercialized wines on the market until they realize that it's fruitless. So there you go.
There it is.
Until they're not made of fruit.
Yeah.
Let's do a little glass check. What's everybody drinking? We'll start with Jason.
All right, I got the. I'm drinking right now the 2021 Bayernmoor Clone 777 Pinot Noir from Washington State.
Nice.
It's a really nice, easy drinking wine.
That's the spot you worked at before,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. I was the assistant winemaker there. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, it's a really nice, easy drinking Pinot Noir. It's got some nice oak characteristics in there as well too. But it's very approachable, and all the way through. I think it's got a good nose all the way through the finish. So.
Oh yeah, I was getting a lot of cedar on it.
There's a lot.
Fun.
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think? What is the difference between 777 clone?
Correct.
What are the big characteristics of that clone? Like, why would you put it on the label?
So I think the thing is that so in regards to and I'm probably going to get corrected at some point and at some point somewhere down the line. Yeah. So the 777 clone. So when you start putting numbers to it, they're the older clones. Whereas if there's an actual name given to that specific, like they have Percoche as well too. So that's an actual older style Pinot Noir. So I think they put this on there because that's what they grow on their estate. They grow Percoche and 777. So if it does say Percoche or 777, you're getting 100% of those grapes. So yeah.
But what kind of gives 777? What are some of the characteristics of it?
Oh, so spice, I would say. I think there's more vegetal aspects to this wine as well too. I think it's more of a probably more of a heavier body Pinot Noir than the Percoche. I think the Percoche is a little bit more medium style body, but yeah, I think that there's just some more fullness in this wine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. What do you have? Other guys, folks?
I grabbed that Becker Riesling, and I think it was sick. 23 vintage. Is that right? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. And for not being very old, it's already showing so nice. It's just got that cool kind of savory undertone that you love to see, and super refreshing and delicious. So,
like a Spätle's Aus.
As it turns out, J.B. Becker never goes wrong. It's Trocken, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. They'd make everything. They make
literally everything good.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna say what's in my glass. Hold on.
Yeah, Mick. So what do you have in the glass there?
Chef Jason brought a 2012 Pierre-Yves Colin-Morey Saint-Aubin Lieu dit. Premier Cru or Lieu dit? Crazy. Just absolute, just bums me out how good this is.
Wow. All right, don't drink it all over there. Save some. It's already gone. Nice. Okay. That's pretty loud. Put a cork in it. I'll get to it. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Well, I guess for once I'm going to do a glass check. I have a Chambeau Musigny Domaine Comte Georges Vosges from... What's that? Sorry. You're supposed to wait until the other... you're not supposed to interrupt somebody to correct the pronunciation. From 2000... Is it pronounced 7? All right. One's good. It's fine. You're getting nothing else because of the interloper.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, let's get into our first segment here, which is our news stories. So we're going to read you a little story here, and then we'll get your thoughts on which side of the debate you land. Let's start off with one that this was actually meant for last session. This was supposed to go over to Lori, but we'll revisit it here because we did not cover it last time. This is one that's called Identity Politics. For decades, wine hybrids, crosses between European Vitis vinifera and hardy North American species, were the industry's dirty little secret, often dismissed as foxy or cheap. Recently, the script has flipped. In cold climate regions like the Midwest. Oh, and of course, sorry, Jason. Of course, this is a tee up for you as well.
Hopefully I get it right.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't fuck this one up.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So recently, the script has flipped. In cold climate regions like the Midwest and the Northeast, growers are realizing that fighting nature to grow Merlot is a losing battle. The new debate isn't about whether we can grow hybrids like Marquette or Itasca, but how we sell them. Some top-tier restaurants are now rebranding hybrids as disease-resistant varieties or climate-resilient grapes to avoid the hybrid stigma. Meanwhile, the traditional retailers are pushing back, claiming that unless a grape has a name consumers recognize, like Chardonnay or Cabernet, it will never be more than a local novelty relegated to the bottom shelf. So we wanted to settle the score here with you guys and ask, is the future of American wine about mastering the grapes we know, the classics, or is it time to stop being varietal snobs and to embrace hybrids as serious world-class contenders? Wow. Go. Yeah, Mick, you're in you're the master of the retail shelf. So
I got to take on this. And I think it mattered. I don't think it matters as much anymore. And why? I'll even go back to the idea of blends. If you have a label and then people identify it, it's more about one.
Wait, the brand or the variety?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just saying, assume it's on the shelf and you have a label with a name. Okay. And oftentimes, even if you're conspicuous California, they're not listing the grape variety. Say it's some type of cab-driven blend, you don't know. It's not on the back label, not on the front label. Mm-hmm. So I challenge that straight away to say that it does matter. It doesn't. I don't think it matters. We assume that it is this way. But further than that, and I would go back to another Michigan producer, so Dave Boss, which I don't know if you've had on the panel, but Dave's great.
Not yet. We're going to head up north. Hopefully next season we'll go up there.
So he uses a Valvan Muscat, which is tremendous. And you know what? How many people are going to go through the process of this? What's it a hybrid of? They're not. It's fantastic, and it delivers a certain type of experience in a way that regular Muscat isn't going to do in Michigan. So I'm going to tell you, I don't think it matters. I think it really has to do with the nature of identifying what the product is from a label standpoint. And but I would say also this dovetails into the bigger question of whom are you selling to? You're not selling to, baby boomers anymore. You are selling to the emerging generations, and I don't think they're as hung up.
Those prejudices don't exist in the same way.
I don't think they're as hung up.
Okay.
So
excellent. Good.
I think it's all about the approach.
Go, Megan. Yeah.
The approach too. I think the way that you at your store are selling something that's maybe a red blend of grapes that are unfamiliar to people. That's really what is more important. Is just how you structure
the professionalism in the store
how
or the
how
restaurant.
You structure your language. If you inundate people with a bunch of grape varieties they've never heard of, they're not going to be super inclined to, follow up with that. But if you're just like, this is a red blend of varieties that grow really well in the Midwest, then it's a lot more digestible.
And you have a very practical experience with that, right? I mean, you're selling wines.
I sell a lot of things that are very esoteric.
Yes,
and
esoteric. Yes, that's the word.
I fight against that all the time. I think that people love to tell me that what I'm selling is esoteric, and I'm like, if we strip it down to its base of what we're looking at, it really isn't. Yeah. It's
like Matt said before, it's just wine. I mean, these are.
But it's all about the approach. So I think that's the key.
All right.
Yeah,
and Jason, on the production level, these are the things you work with.
Right. I have to agree, though, that I think it's all in who is, how you're selling the wine and who is actually selling, who you're selling the wine to. First and foremost, you need to kind of, ask questions from what they want. And then if you're a really good salesperson, you can suggest different types of varietals and different types of things to kind of lead them down an avenue where they may not be familiar. And then I think, in all honesty, if you get people kind of off their beaten path, then you're opening that door to different types of varietals and different types of wines that they may not be really willing to want to try or want to taste.
So, in your experience, because again, you were working and making wines over on the West Coast, how do you really feel that difference between working with established varieties and then working with hybrids? You feel like from a winemaking perspective that it's much harder work to get these things on the shelves or in the restaurants?
Well, I guess it all depends. Again, I think it all depends upon your salesmanship. What are you saying to these people, and how are you selling the product that you have?
Ooh. Sorry. That's very good wine, by the way.
Yeah, but I mean, in all honesty, it looked amazing. just by watching your facial expression, it looked fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
But I think when we're talking about West Coast and Midwest, if we're talking about those two perspectives, is like Midwest is definitely a little bit more sweeter they kind of want a little bit more sweeter styles of wines and things like that.
We have that.
But I also think that there's a little bit of changing of the guard there a little bit. West Coast,
that generational shift that Mick was talking about.
Exactly, for sure. But I also think too that the West Coast is definitely really, these are the wines that are, the dominant ones, and these are the only ones that we're going to really like. So I think it's kind of, I think it's just how you come across of selling these wines to the people,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, very good. Matt, do you have a story teed up for these guys, or do you want me to do the next one?
I do. Yeah. All right. So this one's called Does Thirst Posting Work? The consumption of posts, videos, and comments on social media can increase the desire for wine and other alcoholic beverages, concluded researchers at the Rutgers School of Public Health and Harvard University. 2,000 young adults aged 18 to 24 were divided into two groups. Each was shown 20 short Instagram posts. The other group saw wine list content from influencers. None of the videos were obvious advertisements. In the booze group, 73% reported feeling a desire for an alcoholic beverage afterwards. The effect was strongest among participants who had already consumed alcohol and rated the credibility of the influencers highly. So, in a broader sense, can we still rely on social media to move wine trends and shift markets? A little bit like we saw with Jura in the mid 10s, like 2015s, or like Georgia to some extent. For national sales, does it make any sense to sink money into influencer endorsements? Or do you keep the tried and true method of just hoping to find a good distributor that likes the wine and knows how to sell it? What do you guys think?
Loaded. That's a big question, I guess.
Yeah, no kidding. I think for me, I don't really necessarily care who the influencer is. I'm going to drink what I like, and that's just the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that should be. I mean, you can give or. For me personally, I can give or take what somebody says about a wine or anything in that matter, but it's all up to me to decide on what I like and what I want to do, and then and what I want to enjoy. And if I want to, if I want to give my opinion towards other people about that, then that's fine. But it's also up to them to go ahead and give or take that too. So
yeah.
But what's the intersection with the consumer, though? I mean, you're deep in. I mean, you're a winemaker, right? You have an insight level that's just far beyond the consumer. Do you see that as being? How do you cut it? Because you realize the influence, I guess, is what I want to say.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so is there a way to bring those... Can we bring the influencers in closer, I guess?
I mean,
bring them more to the
I guess
the
you
bosom?
can. I guess you can, but
I just wanted to say bosom. Nobody says bosom. No one says bosom anymore.
But then I also don't want to put I don't want to put all the eggs in one basket either. I don't want to just be like, hey, there's one influencer that says this, and I'm going to go ahead and just bet everything on what that person is saying.
Yeah, no, that would be
what
bad
I mean.
business. Yeah,
I just I want to make what I like, and I want to do it to a point where I think that it's going to be a sellable, approachable wine. Okay. And if people like it, fantastic. But I mean,
and there always will be someone who does.
There's always going to be
huge.
There's always going to be people that don't like it, and there's always going to be people that are going to be like, oh God, that's the best frickin' wine that I've ever had in my life. Yeah. Fantastic, that's great. But I think the important part is just making what you like, and if people love it, fantastic. And there's going to be people that hate it as well too, which is fine too.
Yeah, we'll survive that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Good.
Yeah, I mean,
So, Megan,
I'd have to say I kind of fall somewhere in the middle on this conversation, only in that I've always put myself behind products that I think stand for themselves, that I think can speak first, and it has made sales for me a lot more palatable job, a lot easier a task, to just be like, this is the thing that I like, and if you like it too, that's great. Yeah. I also happen to like really good things, so it makes it a lot easier. But the the issue is like I would love to be wholeheartedly anti-influencer, and I think as a term I am, but you know, at the same time, if you're talking about a company with sales goals that are a little larger than your small wine producers, then it can be effective in certain ways, and it really depends on whose influence we're listening to, you know. So I think that does matter a lot. It's a challenging intersection to find the right place. If we're talking about like celebrity endorsed wines, I think that probably most people in the room would agree that that's sort of gross. Like that's just like commercial consumerist bullshit. But you know, at the same time, if I were to see that one of my friends or you know, people that I know from the wine community really is like digging on a wine, like I might be more inclined to pick a bottle up. So it is hard to find that intersection, you know? Is
it less disingenuous for a celebrity to endorse a wine or to say they made a wine?
Ooh. Yikes.
I think both are bad, right? Like both are going to be bad.
Yeah. So I think the reality is I don't necessarily think I can only think of one celebrity that makes wine, and that's Maynard James Keenan. But you know,
doesn't Kyle MacLachlan, does he not make his wine, or is he just like,
I don't even know who he is. So,
he doesn't make
Pursued by Bear.
But I
just like him. So I want to like his wine more, but I still don't. It's
there's definitely a divide there in regards to you know, a celebrity who makes wine as opposed to a celebrity who endorses it. You know, and so two completely different spectrums. And I don't necessarily know exactly how many, you know, of these celebrities that endorse wine actually make their own wine, you know.
Well, I know Mick's got all that Christy Brinkley shit on the show.
Oh, yeah, 100%. So the one thing I would add on this is, and I fall, I think, collectively in the same vein of what Megan said and certainly what Jason said, but my answer is very pragmatic. Somebody's got to do the work. And if nobody's opening the door to this category, we're all fucked.
Yeah.
Sorry. Same swearing, but that's just the reality here.
We just fell off the family views on Spotify.
You just lost your G rating. My fault.
Where's the wah?
So, but no, I mean somebody's
all the
got
8-year-olds listening to the wine podcast. I love Bordeaux.
Somebody's got to do. Somebody's got to do the work. You know, it struck me. I watched some, I don't know, documentary miniseries where Gordon Ramsay was opening up some massive new project series of restaurants at the top of the tallest building in London, and he's sinking all of his own personal money into this. And one of the hopes that he had rested on, because of the waning influence of reviewers, just like you know, for food, but for critics, but you could say the same thing for wine, is he invited the top 50 social media people to a soft opening and then a proper opening. And my thought of that is, we can all be aghast at the optics of it, and you know, we're all going to have to make our peace with it at some point. PR is PR, and we may say
essential.
Yeah, but Jason may say, "Hey, it's not for me, this particular item," but you have to say that somebody's doing broader arching work for bringing people into the fold of wine. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, like you're saying, things are going to happen, and you just have to pick it up and run with it. You know, somebody's got to run with it, and like you say, do the work. And if you do that, you can open up all sorts of categories. So that sounds good. I want to know, though, I'm looking at this bottle in front of me on your table. It says Carcavelos. What is that?
Oh, no.
It's a little tiny, cute little...
What could that
Tell
be?
us, Megan, what is that little cute little bottle?
So it
looks like an old bottle of something.
It is an old bottle of something.
Yeah, from off a Spanish galleon, maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
This is a Portuguese.
Well, there you go.
Fortified wine.
Oh, look at it. There's a bunch of like ancient ship experts in the audience. So this is why we call it the Cracker Jack box, by the way. They're like, it's a caravel. I'm like, whatever.
So Carcavelos, I knew this was going to happen. I knew I was going to like if I bring this wine, I'm going to be put on the spot as being a Carcavelos expert.
Oh, you knew that.
Which I am not. But I will. Yeah. I'll do my best.
Go.
So it's a very, I think, interesting historic style of fortified wine. It's a region just west of Lisbon. And so for fortified wine, a lot of people then naturally compare it to port, of course. The other famous fortified wine from Portugal, right? And it is a lot of the same same grapes. Yeah, the other, right? The less important. But this is really, I think, an interesting and not totally unique in this way story in that this is a producer that has since passed away. So he passed away in 2005, and the wines were then bottled much later. They were just kind of left to sit and age.
That's like your story, man, about
untouched.
the lost cellars in Turkey.
I mean, it's like kind of honestly. I think for wine people especially, it's such a like a great like fantastical dream of like beautiful wine that's been left untouched that like actually still tastes good and it's like a thing to discover. I think that's so cool.
So Carcavelos is the type or the brand?
It's the style. It's the DO. It's it's and so there's two producers, or excuse me, there's one active producer of Carcavelos, and this is not
Carcavelos.
This is not one of them because this producer has since passed away. So once this stuff is gone, it's gone forever, and it just kind of makes it like a really interesting historical snapshot. But
look at the color on that. So it's like a tawny, but it's not the same varieties that they use in.
It's like a Rinto dominant. It's like 10 to 15 red and white grapes that they typically will use.
Sweet or dry?
It's
sweet.
It's sweet. It is sweet. It has residual sugar, but it has this characteristic that I personally love, which is that like rancio quality, which is a little umami, like a little soy sauce. Just deep savory elements kind of underlying that sweet profile. So it makes it a lot more interesting.
It's less sweet than last week's like 75 Reef, so
that was... Well, you brought the truck and Baron Auschlaser for today too, didn't you?
I guess I'll put it on the panel.
Get that going, yeah. Good. Oh, yeah, thank you. I'll take some of that, Danielle. Thank you. Oh, you're going to pour it for me?
Oh, my God. Yeah, this one's from 1989, so truly once it's gone, it's gone. Cool. But it's beautiful stuff. And
all right, Taylor Swift song.
Yes, cool. Just like the Taylor Swift song.
Well, That's
actually what they named it after.
We're going to hit you with one more news story before we get into our next glass check. And this one we're going to call, this is straight up and down. I think you guys all have something to say about this. This is about we'll call it the Sancerre solution. It's about arbitrage. So we're saying for sure that Sancerre has officially become the Rolex of white wine. So whoever's the watch people in their audience will understand what I'm talking about. Sancerre's it's officially the Rolex of white wine. It's flashy, it's expensive, it's increasingly unobtainable. In response, savvy sommeliers are aggressively pivoting to satellite appellations like Manitou Salon and Quincy. They have the exact same limestone soil and taste nearly identical, but cost 40% less because they lack the famous name. So I want to have you folks weigh in on this question. Is brand name wine the only thing keeping the industry alive right now? Mick, I see you're bubbling away. If we tell consumers, I mean, in the best way, he's not having digestive problems. I just mean, he's got thoughts on the matter.
He's simmering right out of the
room. He's simmering, thank you. That's better than bubbling. Much better. Thank you, Megan. Yes, he's simmering. If we tell consumers that a $15 bottle is identical to a $50 bottle, do we actually kill the prestige that makes wine feel special in the first place?
I would say why make your job harder than it has to be sometimes. So I think there's room at the table for both, but not, and I can speak from my own experience. We've all seen the rising costs of Sancerre since the 2017, 2019.
And the lack of availability on top of it.
Right. I mean, but most of Sancerre is family driven, so everything is going to be small anyway. But the pricing has gone up roughly, let's say 40%, 50% in the last 7-8 years. I'm not going to say 6-7 for anybody who's got kids. So
Oh yeah.
not gonna do that.
Wait, what is that? Can someone explain it to me,
It's
please?
this. It's
nothing
this.
to
Look at
explain.
this.
What does that
Somebody,
mean?
we gotta.
Is it the scales of justice?
Yes, we'll
Is
just,
that-
we'll just call it the
No?
scales of justice,
Okay.
everybody. That's the best. Matt, that's the best description I've ever heard for it. So, in any case, if you have people coming in and they're unidirectional and they don't want to be talked out of Sancerre, why am I going to talk them out of Sancerre? So, if you have somebody who is just open-minded for something else, that's where Cancy, Manitou Salon, Côte de Gien, whatever you want to do, or some Touraine Sauvignon comes in.
Yes.
You know, but there's such an option. There's so many options in Sancerre anyway. Not everything is going to be 50. And certainly this is not a Rolex
So
field.
you're saying you can find
Yeah, you
relatively
can find,
inexpensive
you can
Sancerre
find,
still?
Well, no, not relatively inexpensive good, but you can find the floor starts around 30,
Yeah.
right? So for solid Sancerre, you're going to be in the mid 30s for most Sancerre, if not 40, and the 40 to say 70 or 80 and above, you better be really happy with it. But it's Sancerre is not like white Burgundy. It's not like some other crazy cat or even GG Riesling, you know, where everything's expensive. So
Finally, GG has gotten there. Yeah.
yeah.
Finally.
So, but I would say in general, don't make your job harder for you. You've got a name that people are asking about, and most of these people who are coming in are not balking at the prices. They're buying something.
So are you saying you're just marking up the Manitou Salon?
Not at all. No, I'm just saying, why am I bothering? Is the
Because
whole
you can get the
question.
Sancerre.
If
so
Sancerre
you don't
is
have a
selling
supply
itself,
problem.
no. Well, listen, Sancerre.
I thought there was a supply
How
problem.
I approach Sancerre every year is whack-a-mole. You buy it, you sell it through, you buy something else, you buy it, you sell it through, you sell something else.
But you're talking about the producer, the brand.
Yeah.
But you find another Sancerre.
There's another Sancerre.
You can find
There's
Sancerre.
always another Sancerre. You may plan that you love these producers and you buy X, you buy heavy, but then you sell out of those too. And
So that's like the Rolex of the subs and the Air Kings. This is how it goes.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Anybody? Yeah, you know, Matt's like, I know exactly.
I know 100% what you're talking about. Yeah. Hit up me, dog. So,
Okay, well, I hear you. Fine.
yeah.
So, where do you folks fall on this question?
No,
like,
I
is
just-
the brand name, is it important? Or can we do substitutions? You know, can we move off of
Oh, I
the
mean,
famous appellations?
I am inclined to like always navigate to do the downsell. That was always my famous move, which is stupid and probably not great for business if you were my boss.
Unless you're
right?
getting the same, I mean, if you can get the money, the
but
dollars are there.
Well, my thought was just that I'd rather downsell someone, sell them 2 bottles instead of upsell them and sell them 1. And you know, theoretically, you're adding value there, but also you're kind of building rapport with your customer base. And I don't sell wine retail,
Yeah,
so
you're
it's a lot
delivering.
easier
You're
said than done.
over-delivering is
But you know, I do also think if people are really clamoring for Sancerre, which I just think is a little silly, but here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, that's exactly what's
then,
happening.
Yeah, then give the people what they want. Right? Why not, right? Like if they're willing to pay the price and you're able to get it, then why not just approach it by
Okay.
always having something on the shelf, even if it's not your favorite Sancerre. You know, I will say that the last couple times I've blinded Sancerre, I have not. I've guessed
Not
it
been
to
impressed.
be well. I've just guessed it to be New World, which is I think very telling
Yeah.
about like where
Climate
how the
change.
Climate
fruit
change,
quality
yeah, for sure, Mick.
has changed over the
Yeah.
last 5-10 years. You know, so
Yeah.
I mean. I think it's worth spending $50 on Sancerre?
Yeah, do
Like,
you? Do you? Does anybody?
No.
No. All right. What are you making, Jason? That's. Are you making? Do you go up against well, let's call it the Sauvignon drinker. Move off of the Sancerre thing. Like, what do you guys grow out at Social Vines?
So we're
when somebody comes in, because they must say they want. I mean, there's still the Sancerre. I'm sorry, the Sauvignon Blanc thing is still a thing, right?
Well, to be 100% honest, I don't work the tasting room, so I don't really exactly know what people are asking for or anything when they're in there. I think Lori would probably know a little bit more about that. But in regards to, you know, do I like major labels as opposed to smaller labels? I don't typically go out and look for, you know, labels that are well known. I want to find those. I want to find those little, you know, niche,
gems.
little
Yeah, the little gems,
little
stuff
small
that's-
ones that maybe nobody's ever heard of, or maybe never, you know, people haven't really tasted very much,
Sure.
So that's kind of what I'm looking for in the broader, in regards to like most people, they probably are, but I don't really know. Not being in the retail aspect. Last time I was in the retail was probably about like a year and a half ago, and people would come in, they'd be like, "Hey, do you have, Josh Cab,
Gosh.
I was like, okay, well, yeah, I do have that, but I also have this, and I also have this, and I try to...
Let's have a deeper conversation about...
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast.
But it's a good transition into what's in your glass. Let's go to the glass.
What was
check.
in my glass?
Yeah.
It was that Carcavelos, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was in my glass, and it was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. It was beautiful.
I'm glad to see people trying it with the cheese. I think that's really...
Yeah. When you got the cheese in there, you add a little bit of food with that. It was absolutely fantastic. So, yeah.
Danielle, what was the cheese that you would?
I don't know, but
We
it
don't
just
know.
looked right, so I just went for
It
it.
just looked right. Yeah.
You were
okay.
right.
You
You were
score.
right. She felt it in her heart.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I think it was like sheep's milk. From what? I brought the.
I would follow.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
That's true.
yeah. Does anybody Sancerre was what I was going to say earlier. Yeah. All right.
You're so
Now I do.
I'm keeping the mic. I'm keeping the mic. So behind the scenes, we have one mic between the hosts.
Wow.
And we have to debate non-verbally who gets it. But I'm keeping it. Good. So, a score update?
No, we have to finish.
Glass checks. Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Oh, where am I? I'm drinking. Mick suggested that I go ahead and try the Mâcon-Verzé from Domaine Leflevre. So, I mean, why would you say no?
Yeah.
2012. It's drinking really nice. Is that what you're drinking too?
Same.
Oh, it's great.
Beautiful wines. Kind of like
Now we're all doing it.
Yeah.
And no one's going to stop us.
That's right.
we all sunk.
We're invincible.
Go team.
Do
Go
all
team.
sun.
Go team.
Oh my God, they're self-congratulatory. It's gross. Megan, tell us about the wine. What do you think about it?
I mean, there's
Verzé.
not much to say. It's just like it is exactly what you want it to be. It's drinking beautifully.
Okay.
It's 2012, right? And Keo took it back.
It's 12. Okay.
It's like enough for you.
So there's a little.
You don't need that
Just
anymore.
really elegant oak.
Really
and,
elegant. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, the fruit is actually still there, but it is just so
Yeah, I hope so.
beautifully, incorporated. So it's
Okay.
drinking great.
Mick, do you want to add on to that before we move on?
No,
or
she did it.
You did it. Okay.
She did it.
So our score update. Yeah.
So our score update. Thank you for taking the mic back. That was very insightful and actually really fun. So I appreciate that. In second and third place is Jason and Megan at 128. And then Mick, you're at 148.
What?
All right. So you two,
Big
a little bit of
points.
work.
All right.
Unless I just made that up randomly.
It is now time for Grape to Plate with Chef Jason Berthold. All right, Chef.
Is that a healthy pour?
The wine has been poured and dribbled.
Okay.
So, let us know what you think about that one.
All right, let's get into it.
Yeah. While you're checking it out, I'll let our audience know that we're looking at a fairly light ruby red here. Quite light, in fact, I would say. So it would be even perhaps a dark rosé range, but that's what the chef has in the glass. That's as much as he knows.
Yeah. It on the on the nose, it's got some depth to it. Like it really got some kind of deep character to it. Really intriguing. Mm-hmm. In my glass, I can't see the color, so I really have no idea how far that depth goes. But for me, it's taking me into, potentially like something whole cluster with some kind of like meaty, olivey kind of aromatics there.
Excellent. Oh, very nicely done there. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a highly trained nose there. That blew right past me, but knowing what I know about it, I would say that that's definitely would be a classical component, I think.
All right, give it a taste.
But yeah, I was getting I was kind of focusing more on the fruit, and you mentioned carbonic, and I was getting something along the lines of maybe like a jello-y kind of a cherry component to it.
Yeah, the palate is a little bit different than I was expecting on the nose. It definitely has much more kind of tart cherry flavors. A little bit of a shorter finish than I was expecting. Good acidity, not very much tannin.
It is quite light in the tannin. department.
Yeah.
But it seems like the wine could even take a little chill. Might
Very
be
much so.
a nice wine like that.
Yeah, and I think also a lovely springtime wine.
Wow. We're kind of on a bit of a theme here. With the
has worked
spring.
out that way.
It's that season, I guess. Maybe just
Yeah.
unconsciously when I was picking things out, I went for the spring selections. So, yeah, cherry, the good acidity to it too. It's fresh, but yeah, it's a little bit vague towards the back. I mean, it gets broad, is what I mean. Not vague. It just gets kind of broad on the finish at the back of the palate.
Yeah. It's kind of drinking to me like a maybe a Bourgogne level Pinot Noir.
Okay.
Not super complex, not well structured, but very delicious in its own right. And I think with a wine like this, I want to just keep it simple. Let's do roast chicken.
Okay.
Let's talk about roast chicken for a little bit. So
Sure.
Obviously there are places you can buy roast chickens,
And they're
out
often
the
quite
door.
cheap.
They're
The other
very-
thing, which is
they're very
amazing.
inexpensive. It is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But one of the things that I really encourage people to do when they want to tackle roasting a bird at home is give yourself 3 to 4 extra days than you expect.
Oh, really?
The reason
Okay.
for that is that I highly encourage brining a chicken if you've got the space and bandwidth to do that. But basically, you're going to introduce some seasoning into the bird.
Yeah.
And then the most important thing, whether you brine or not, is leaving the chicken in your refrigerator uncovered. And what that does is it wicks off the moisture and it gets the skin dry, so that when you go to roast your chicken, you're starting
crispy.
with dry skin that becomes crispy.
Ah, beautiful. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know a lot of people are concerned about how long is it good for? If I got it yesterday, can I serve it tomorrow? The fact is, if it's at the right temperature, you're good for several days. I mean, if it's a relatively fresh chicken, right? We're fortunate here in a lot of places to have access to really beautiful heritage chickens when you can find those.
Right.
I do recommend to get a fresh bird if you can, not a frozen bird, just because the cell structure changes and that changes the way that the moisture is handled. But any kind of fresh chicken. But the main step there is giving it a few days uncovered in your refrigerator to air dry before you cook it.
Yeah. Okay.
But roast chicken and Pinot
And
Noir.
how long is the brining? I'm sorry.
Well, it all
for a
depends
chicken,
on
like
the recipe that you're using. It could be as short as an hour or two if you're using a higher percentage of salt. Lower percentages, you can go a little bit longer. The recipes that I use are typically about 2.5 hours.
Oh, okay.
For a number.
Oh, yeah. It's shorter than I was thinking.
Yeah, it's
That's great.
quick.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
And then brine it, pop it in the fridge.
Brine it, pop
couple
it in the
days.
fridge, let it dry. And I do the same thing with turkeys. We'll get to Thanksgiving later in the year.
Right,
But
right.
exact same thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Going back into this wine here, again, a lot of like really savory kind of stemmy, olivey kind of meaty characteristics on the nose, which is fun.
Yeah, that's coming up. I think maybe I had a little bit of the previous aromatic wine in there too, and it was. But now I'm smelling more of that olive and that herb, if I dare say, Mediterranean, maybe the garrigue.
Yeah, garrigue,
like a light garrigue kind of a thing.
But the body on this takes me to Pinot Noir and kind of a simple Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
So let's talk about roast chicken again. We're going to roast chicken however you like to do that in your oven. But for me, I want to play with the garnishes here, the sides to work with this wine.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a little different. So we're gonna do a basic roast chicken.
Basic roast chicken.
Okay.
Yep. Or you can buy one from those places that sell it for cheap.
Right.
That's fine too. Right.
Okay. You're not gonna think low of me if I.
Nope. Not at all. No. Not with this wine because it's delicious.
All right.
But I want to talk about the sides here. So if you are roasting your chicken at home, the benefit of that is you're going to get all this juice and fat that renders out.
Oh yeah.
You cook
stuff
in this case, I want to use potatoes. I love, obviously farm fresh potatoes are fantastic, but I also like, when possible, the small ones.
Yes.
Because they don't require much preparation. So if you can find ones that are the size of, say, ping pong ball or smaller, you can pretty much just cook those with your chicken.
Yeah.
And I will literally just put those in the same roasting pan, the bird on top. All the fat and juices are going to cook those potatoes. Depending on the size, you may have to cut them down if they're large, or if they're particularly small, maybe you start the chicken and put the potatoes in halfway through. I'll leave that to the home cook to decide, or the chef to decide.
Sure,
But let's talk about the marriage of those juices and chicken fat going into those potatoes.
Yeah.
And what it does to this wine is that it provides a little bit of a base for it, I think. So potatoes are a great foil. They can carry a lot of different flavors.
Yeah.
We talked about Greek and herbs.
Yeah.
I think, just thyme is fantastic with poultry, with vegetables. Fresh thyme in with those potatoes.
Yeah.
It's going to be great with this wine. And I love cooking with kale.
Yeah.
So whether it's the black lacinato kale or just curly kale, I've become really fond of cooking with kale, and I like it kind of just very briefly cooked. I mean, you can stew it out into a stew soup and a stew. Braises are great.
There was one brand around here. I think Sue, she usually buys it, and she gets it over at Argus.
Yeah.
I think, and it's like a curly type of kale, but it's so tender.
Oh, good.
And so we use it for Caesar for salad.
Ooh, love that.
It's great. I mean, it's just absolutely delicious and almost a little, like sweet. I mean, very, very tender and sweet. Very good.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, there's some very good kales out there.
Yeah, and kale and potato I think is a lovely combination.
Yeah.
Big in Portugal and Spain, right? Usually with sausage or pork fat. Here we've got chicken fat. So
sausage,
that's kind of where we're going here. I think we've got this beautiful roast chicken, potatoes to suck up all those juices and fat, and the kale. The kale can be introduced in a couple different ways, depending on what type you're using. You may just want to cut it into thin ribbons, and when you take that chicken out of the oven, allow it to rest. Put maybe a piece of aluminum foil over it loosely,
Okay.
so that the steam can go away with the bird as time to rest. More juices will come out, and then in a saute pan, just over medium heat, put a little bit of olive oil down, put that kale in, a little salt and pepper,
Yep.
and then as it starts to kind of wilt and sizzle, some of that juice from the chicken pan,
Yes,
potatoes
for sure.
And then once you get that cooked to your liking, some people like it crunchy, some people like it barely cooked, some people like it soft.
Yeah.
Combine that with your potatoes while you carve the bird, and I think that's where I want to go for this meal.
Yeah, I love it. And what, as you said earlier, it provides a base for the wine.
Yeah.
So it is something like almost we're reading it as a play, like to kind of like basic flavors, right?
sure.
It's a basic taste of wine, and then just like or elemental maybe is a better way to say it. You know, and that the essence or essential. Let's just say that the essential flavors of the potatoes, of the chicken fat.
Absolutely.
Kale.
On that topic, Chad, fun kind of touch point on that is, when I was working in San Francisco at a wine-focused restaurant, RN74 with Rajat Par, and we had amazing, wine and service staff and kitchen staff there. Everybody who was visiting town, whether it was winemakers from Burgundy or different parts of California, they were all going to Zuni Cafe. Yeah. And what they were getting at Zuni Cafe was the roast chicken.
really?
And they're drinking some of the most
The best
amazing
wines in the world.
wines that you can imagine. But what they wanted was that sort of base, just that foundation that allowed the wine to latch onto it and didn't compete back with the wine. So this was not this is not pho or ramen or Wagyu steaks, roast chicken, bread salad seasoned with the drippings, some mustard greens and pine nuts, and that's what they had every single time they came through with some of the world's best wines.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. It's amazing that, food doesn't have to, it's going to elevate wines even in a very kind of a simple form, because the tastes are just so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good. It tastes great. Like, why wouldn't you love more great taste on top of it,
Right.
So you don't have to kill it and go nuts.
Yeah.
Are you eager to see what we have?
I would love to see what this is. I'm dying to know.
All right. Well, let's unveil this then.
All right.
And this is a wine from a Minervois producer called Clos Centeilles. And it's called, what's it called? The La Part d'Ange. I guess like the angel's share or the part.
Interesting.
La Part d'Ange.
I don't know.
And it's called their Claret de Centeilles. And the blend here, it's from the Côte du Briand is the appellation. And it's Carignan Noir, Picpoul Noir, and something called Riveronque Noir.
Okay.
So some of a rare variety from that part of South France. The La Part d'Ange from Clos Centeilles. Wow. Is our wine.
There's that Garrigue for you, all the herb and the sort of like forest kind of woodsy stuff.
Yeah. When you said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I think he's nailed it right. So, but yeah, you can see it's kind of a lighter red, and I think the intention with this wine was for them, they wanted to make something that's fresh and fun, chillable red, too, like this. But yeah, showcasing some pretty interesting varieties too. So yeah, well done with that. I think we're all on board with the the chicken, potatoes, and kale.
Yeah.
Before we go, though, Chef, what's the practical hack you want to share with the audience today?
Well, we touched on it. I'm just going to go right back to it, but brining poultry.
Oh, right.
Is such a simple thing that you can do to introduce even seasoning. So if you think about roasting a chicken and you just apply salt and pepper to the outside, great. Everybody loves salty, crispy skin. But when you submerge it in a brine, it's literally inside the cavity and it's absorbed more evenly in the meat.
Yeah.
Now, a basic brine could be salt, pepper, garlic, onions, whatever herbs you have. But you can also have so much fun with this. And we do this a lot in the restaurants where, we can take a Korean angle and we're going to put a bunch of ginger and gochujang and tamari and seaweed into the brine. So all those flavors are getting into the bird. So, whether it's barbecue or, like I said, an Asian flavor, or if you want to put mustard and tarragon in for a Burgundian dinner, there's so many different ways that you can use brines.
Yeah, interesting. I've not done that in depth. I mean, I've used things like juniper and, things like that, but I've not really gotten too crazy with it. So it might be fun to play with.
It's really easy to do. It's intimidating because you think, I need a big bucket, or I got to put it in the sink. Well, you just need a large enough bowl or vessel to submerge your item in, which is usually a roast chicken.
Yeah. Okay. So can I get to a kind of a practical question here about brining? Why is it we do it with fallow, but say not with red meats? Is it just because of the greater flavor complexity in red meat that it's not essential to do it, or?
I've never thought of that. I think it might have. I mean, now that I'm literally thinking about this for the first time on the fly here, it just might have something to do with the way that you consume fallow versus red meats. Fallow oftentimes are cooked through, meaning they're cooked to the peak of doneness, hopefully not overdone.
Yeah.
Whereas red meats, you can often cook them undercooked compared to that. So medium rare and rare. So brining definitely changes the texture a little bit.
You're right.
And corned beef is brined.
Yeah.
And that's got a different texture
That's
to
true.
it. But
That's right.
I think just off the cuff here, I think it's just maybe a different way that you enjoy those two different types of proteins.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, that sounds good. I think you laid out a great dish for us today. The brining is a fantastic practical hack. So I think we're off to the races. And let's enjoy a little more of this Clos Centeilles, huh?
Excellent.
Carte d'ange. All right.
Love it.
Thanks, Chef.
Thank you.
See you soon. So, wine cipher, right? Yes, sir. Yeah, right. So, the idea is I read a tasting note, and then you guys, I'll give you some answers, unless for more points, you want to get blind it immediately without any multiple choice before that. Yeah, so you get more points
I love
that
a
way.
multiple choice.
All right. This is so floral with green strawberry, hibiscus, beeswax, and fruit tea. Wide open flowers. Farmland nuances too. Medium to full body. Textural pointillism to the tiny point dots of phenolics attached together. Not terribly open on the finish. Polished energy. Drink or hold. And this is James Suckling, but I think it's Stuart Piggott by the very fancy words that he's using.
Textural pointillism just makes me mad. Get out of here with that.
Yeah, it's not needed. Okay, whatever.
I know.
So,
Have you met Stuart? I mean, it's pretty on brand.
it is okay. I haven't, but I've heard his stuff, and I've heard,
He's very there.
yeah. Oh, good. So the wines are Antica Terra, 2019 Botanica, Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley, USA. Matich wines, 2022 Frankovka, which is Blaufränkisch, from Slovenia. Kamusha, 2022 Cabernet Sauvignon Cinsault from Slanghoek, South Africa. Sol Rouge, not Slow Rouge. Sol Rouge, 2000. Tom Freeney Ranch Zinfandel, Russian River Valley, from the States. Do you want me to read the notes again?
Yeah, but you can leave that one out though. what were you saying?
Textural point.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Yeah,
Just leave that one out. Nobody cares about that.
Floral.
No, I kind of actually, in the grand scheme of things, maybe I do like it.
Floral with green strawberry, hibiscus, beeswax, and fruit tea. Wide open flowers. Farmland nuances too. Medium to full body. Textural pointillism. To the tiny dots of phenolics attached together.
What vintage did you say on the Blaufränkisch?
On the Blaufränkisch is 2022.
That's like,
Current lace.
I guess that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay.
I'm gonna say A.
M. Mick?
A.
All right. A. All right. What do you got, Jason?
All right, what are the four? What were the just
Antica
the
Terra.
varietals.
So we got Pinot Noir, Willamette Valley Pinot Noir.
Uh-huh.
We have Blaufränkisch from Slovenia, Cab Sav Cinsault from South Africa, and Zin from Russian River Valley.
Go. I'm gonna go Zinfandel.
No, right? Oh, nice. Good job, everybody picking something different, spreading it wide. And Mick wins that round.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the Antica Terra Botanica Pinot
Oh,
Noir.
Botanica.
Yeah.
That should have
A little bit of a hint.
been the dead giveaway. Gosh.
Textural point.
I mean, listen,
That's always
the
a giveaway.
textural pointillism, right? That is my go-to tasting note.
I mean,
know.
I feel like I want to describe Blaufränkisch as having textural pointillism.
Who's not going to think
Yeah, you
about
do.
that? No.
Yeah, I wanted the South African when they hit that, but nah, not quite.
No.
All right, so we're going to step into our final segment, which is the Emotive blind tasting, which is the wine.
Whoa!
Oh my!
So we are
Chair broke.
broke another chair. That is 2 for.
Is that twice? Is that twice that you've done that?
Bravo.
Walls are falling down.
I think we're okay.
It's unreal. It's unreal. It's a problem with the chairs. It's IKEA. It's cheap shit. Don't buy from IKEA. It's not me. I'm not fat. No. I'll stay. Thank you guys. Wow. Yeah. All right. Fine. We're still in it. The chair's broken. I'm still sitting. There we go.
I'm still sitting.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So the chair is broken. I'm still here. We're gonna do what? The Emotive blind tasting we're talking about. Yeah. Let's get into that. So you have the blind wine on your table there with the blue sock thing on it. And before we get into that, I want to remind you that what we're looking for from you is your emotional response from the wine. So give it a taste. Tell us how it makes you feel, your immediate emotional response. You can also describe it as if it were a person. What kind of person would it be, right? And we have other things. Maybe you like a song we said is cool. You can describe it. Like maybe the song you want to listen to when you're drinking it, or it reminds you of a song. What else do we have? The Zodiac. Any other thing else, Matt, we should give them a... Oh, yeah, that's what we had. Chris Hunter came up with that one, like the signs of the Zodiac. So, yeah, that chair is broken as shit.
I can take the mic while you find a new chair, or just want to hang out. You can say also, I guess, like people it reminds you of from your past, or maybe a vacation you had, or maybe a short poem you wrote that you have in your wallet or purse or whatever, or under your hat, or in your headphones, or no, okay. So, all right. So the thing is, all right, this wine, where would you keep a poem about it? No, okay.
Where would you keep
Where? Okay, so if you wrote a
That's
poem,
a crazy question. Not even what would the poem be, but just where would you keep that poem?
if you wrote a poem about this wine, where would you keep that poem? Hidden.
Where I hide all my other poems.
Yeah, okay.
In the poem box.
Yeah, exactly. Who doesn't have a poem box
I got a
on their hope chest?
I got a poem stash cellar in my basement.
Poem stash.
Right? Yeah.
Poem stash. Porn stash.
You guys were.
Poem and
Nobody else caught it. That those two. They sound very similar. Yeah.
they're kept separately though. Right?
Okay.
All right, so While you're composing your thoughts, I'll let our listeners know we're looking at a wine that is it's a white wine. It's got quite a bit of a little amber hue to it there, maybe even a little slightly occluded, huh? That's a little cloudy, but emotional response is what we're looking for from you folks. What are you feeling? Who wants to lead us out?
This wine reminds me of like
Jason.
springtime, right? So I'm thinking springtime, right when the flowers are all blooming, bees are out buzzing around. I'm getting a little bit of honey in here. God, where the hell am I right now, though? That's the question. I'm so.
Is it international? Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Why not?
All right. No, it's your story. You tell it.
Of course.
You call it.
It could be international.
Field
yeah,
of
right now.
flowers. Is that where you are?
What's that?
You're in a field of flowers.
Well, there's flowers blooming. I don't know if I'm actually in that
You're
field
not in
or
the field.
not.
You're
but
just observing
yeah, just observing from
you
a distance.
running
Yeah.
from a drone.
Yeah, so I'm from a drone. Yeah, I'm in my hotel room. In my hotel
wow,
room,
that's a
just
really nice
thinking about where I want to be. But no, I feel I'm getting, it just reminds me of springtime, and
Sure.
okay. Probably. I don't know, walking around some village or something like that. I'm looking for some really good food to eat. Probably some fantastic cheese with this. I think what I'm listening to on my headphones is Sublime. I would probably say...
The band?
Yeah. Yeah. Listening to Sublime. Not just listening to somebody say Sublime.
Or the music itself.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Ooh, that's such a good word. Yeah.
What if Sublime said Sublime?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what it is. I mean,
Or
that's
is
what it brings
Sublime
me
a
to.
tasting note?
No,
So
absolutely
it's just
not.
like below lime.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah. Right. Sublime.
Yeah.
I get it. No, not that at all. I'm listening to Sublime on my headphones. So yeah. And that's what it's. Yeah. That's what it reminds me. It reminds me of springtime, flowers blooming. Bees around.
Maybe on a vacation.
Maybe on a vacation. I think that probably. I would probably say somewhere in I don't want to be I don't want to sound ridiculous, but like somewhere in wine country, but yeah, I mean I feel like that there's just I think that for me, just smelling this wine and tasting it, it just reminds me of like when everything is just kind of coming into everything's first blooming, first blooding, and things like that. So that's what I'm getting
kind
from
of
this wine.
urgency or vitality.
I'm sorry?
An urgency or vitality.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Mick, Megan, where are you folks on this?
I like your prompt of saying it's like, comparing it to a person. I feel like this person would be very like breezy, one of those people that has like just a very
Like a trust fund type of thing?
I mean,
That's a thing.
if
I don't
you
know.
take it
I
there,
don't even-
like could be, but maybe like someone who's like not so wealthy that they gross you out,
Okay.
like someone who just hasn't had to worry too much.
You said breezy. I thought like a June Zephyr.
I don't know.
Oh, Zephyr is another word for breeze. Kind of
Oh, a
thing.
June, like in June.
Zephyr. Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
June Zephyr was a name, which does sound like a trust fund. Like
trust
that
fund
is
kid,
a
yeah.
great name for a trust fund, baby.
That it really
June
is.
Zephyr.
It's outstanding.
Make
Good
it-
band name.
Mick, do you
Or a
follow that
minute.
OnlyFans? That June?
Yeah, well, I will.
kidding. No,
I will
I'm
now.
joking. No,
I
joke.
will.
No,
Is
no,
that
no.
child
No.
recommendation?
No.
I mean, my.
It's where he
I'm
hides
sorry.
his
Tip my
poems,
cap.
okay?
I'm sorry.
But just
Okay, go
there's-
ahead, Megan.
there's a
Yeah,
lot-
sorry.
There it is like summery and bright and lively, and like when you're kind of looking for more, it's interesting but not that interesting. Like it's not there's not like so much to constantly bring you back in. It's just fun
I can
and
dig that. For
fun
sure.
and easy. So.
Okay. Yeah.
like
With
that.
no worries. All right, Mick. How about you? What do you think about
For
this
me,
one?
I'm in a different season, but I'm also in a place. So I'm in fall, but I'm in Normandy. So my family, my father's side of the family is from there. this reminds me of cider apples, but bitter cider apples. So this is where I'm at. It's pretty simple. It's sense memory. That apple skin quality to it, but seasonality. So doesn't mean I love fall. So fall's not like I like the hopefulness of spring, but I'm a fall person, period. I love the change of the season. So that's where I'm at with this.
Awesome. Fall in Normandy. And then we have the No Worries person. Maybe Trust Fund Baby. We don't know. And then we have
June Zephyr. I think we
Zephyr.
I think we named them.
Yeah, we named them. And then Jason had the spring village, maybe on vacation, traipsing around looking for something to eat.
Right.
Good, Matt. Yeah, tell us, how did they do?
We got some scores. So, let's see, in third place is Jason with 203 and a drone. He picked up a drone along the way.
Oh, yeah, drone. Awesome. Yeah, nice. They are, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
In
right.
second place is Mick with 233 and a trust fund kid. Yes. And a porn stash.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. And in first place is Megan with 236 and a June Zephyr, a light breeze through the spring air. Cheers.
All right. Well, let's find out what that blind wine was. Because that sounds like that.
We didn't even do that.
No, we didn't do it yet. So I want to find out.
We can change the game. We can change the game. If you guys want to
Wait,
do...
I don't like that.
If you don't like it, well, yeah. Oh, right, because you won.
Because I just won. Don't take that away from me.
Yeah, so let's find out. Somebody unveil the wine and let's get that...
It tastes like
Get the answer. You know what it is. You want to guess.
tastes
Because
like
you could make extra points still.
Vouvray sec.
Vouvray or Chenin, yeah, okay.
No idea what this is. Austric.
Oh, it's Austrian.
It's Austrian. Ooh,
Way.
interesting.
Way off.
You know this one? Oh, it's Grüner.
Somebody say
A
Grüner?
little skin contact, maybe? No?
What? Oh, you're calling it Grüner. You don't know it as Grüner. Oh, okay. The audience is playing in now, by the way. You guys have the competition's very heavy. The audience is playing.
In a million years, I would not have taken this there, but that's really cool.
Wait, so name it. Tell us what it is, and we'll try to figure out what it is.
So this is Geschlossen Sonntag Schwimmbad.
Sonntag.
Schwimmbad. Schwimmbad is the name of what they're calling the wine.
There's a
It's
shark on it. I could have guessed that,
Yeah.
honestly.
Did you see Grüner?
No, someone
No. Someone was guessing. Who brought the wine?
So
Steve's here. Steve, tell us what it is.
What is it?
This is Austrian, so I would
this
say this
is
like
a
Weissburgunder?
It is a non-vintage Grüner. So there is wine from between the 2002 and 2010 harvest. They were all left in barrel, not topped up, till 2016, where they were blended and then bottled in 2024.
Very cool.
That's really good.
Right. Yeah, that's good.
Classic natty.
Really good wine.
Well, I wasn't paying attention, so no points for anybody.
So Megan is the winner. Very good. Well, thank you guys very much for coming out, for spending the afternoon with us. We appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed the wines and enjoyed the time. Somebody's got to get into that Crocker. There's a 98 Crocker Trockenbeeren Auslese sitting on the table. Let's get into that.
All right.
Any complaints, or let's do it?
No.
No, let's do
Let's
it.
go.
Let's get in.
It's also a Chardonnay.
Thank you all.
Anyway, that's all.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.